因為我冇做到虧心事，又冇乜所謂，同埋咧我失去一個好好嘅朋友，我已經好傷心嘅。
Betty Ting Pei's recent revelation about Bruce Lee's death has sparked widespread interest and speculation in Hollywood. For years, the circumstances surrounding Lee's untimely demise have baffled fans and experts alike. Various theories, ranging from drug overdose to foul play, have circulated, but none have provided conclusive answers. Ting Pei's decision to break her silence has reignited the debate, prompting a closer examination of the events leading up to Lee's passing. As the world eagerly awaits further details, this newfound information has shed light on one of the most enduring mysteries in pop culture history, offering hope for closure and understanding to Lee's legion of devoted fans. Betty Ting Pei's early life. Ting was born Tang Mei Li in Taipei City, Taiwan, on February 19, 1947. She belonged to a family of doctors and notable historical figures, originally from Beijing. Ting's uncle was Zhang Shuiliang, a general in the National Revolutionary Army, and her maternal grandfather was Bao Yulin, who served as a police chief in Beiping during the warlord era. In 1963, Ting embarked on her acting career with Central Motion Picture Corporation. By January 1967, having appeared in 7 Taiwanese films, she caught the attention of Peter Pan Lei, a director from Shaw Brothers. From that moment on, she adopted the screen name Ting Pei and made her foray into the Hong Kong film industry with The Purple Shell, where she portrayed a dance hostess. Despite her versatility in acting across various genres such as dramas, comedies, musicals, and martial arts films, Ting gained particular recognition in Asia for her portrayal of mistresses and her involvement in steamy bedroom scenes. Notably, she became a regular collaborator with director Inoue Umetsugu, featuring in musicals like The Millionaire Chase, The Yellow Muffler, and The Steam Stealers. Transitioning to freelance work in 1973, Ting continued to grace screens in both her native Taiwan and Hong Kong. However, she bid farewell to acting in 1985, leaving behind a legacy that encompassed over 50 films. Celebrated for her performances in romantic dramas and memorable scenes, Ting's career trajectory experienced a significant shift when she crossed paths with Bruce Lee in 1972. Especially when she got caught in scandal and speculation surrounding his untimely death. Speculation. Celebrity deaths, especially those that occur unexpectedly, tend to have a significant impact on the public, such is the case with Bruce Lee, the renowned martial arts icon and movie star who tragically passed away over 50 years ago. A recent documentary has reignited interest in his life, particularly focusing on his final moments with Taiwanese actor Betty Ting Pei, shedding light on a narrative shrouded in mystery and speculation. Bruce Lee's untimely demise in 1973, at the young age of 32, sent shockwaves through the world. Initially, his business partner, Raymond Chow, conveyed to the press that Lee had died at home with his wife, Linda Lee Cadwell. However, this assertion was later revealed to be false. On July 20th, 1973, Bruce Lee embarked on what seemed to be a day filled with promise and potential. He finalized discussions regarding significant career opportunities, including a multi-picture deal with Warner Brothers and the prospect of an animated series by Hanna-Barbera. Amidst these optimistic endeavors, he visited Golden Harvest Studios for creative discussions regarding the Game of Death project. However, things took an unexpected turn when Lee opted to take a break and visit Betty Ting Pei's apartment instead of finalizing the deal with Raymond Chow. This decision hinted at a potentially intimate relationship between Lee and Betty Ting Pei, leading to speculation and rumors regarding the nature of their bond. Their time together was interrupted by Chow's unexpected visit, coinciding with Lee feeling unwell, his illness possibly exacerbated by the oppressive heat. Contrary to Chow's initial claims, Bruce Lee was found deceased in Betty Ting Pei's apartment. Chow's attempt to shield Lee from scandal inadvertently fueled further speculation and conspiracy theories surrounding the circumstances of his death. Allegations ranged from Pei's involvement in Lee's demise to suspicions regarding Chow's motives, with outlandish tales implicating various entities, including Chinese triads and Japanese ninjas. The aftermath of Bruce Lee's death brought intense scrutiny upon Betty Ting Pei, who was an aspiring actor at the time. Having already made a name for herself in the film industry, Pei found herself thrust into the spotlight amidst the tragedy. However, the relentless criticism and negative attention that followed took a toll on her career and personal life. Despite her efforts to continue acting, appearing in films such as The Lost Generation and My Name Ain't Susie, Pei struggled to overcome the stigma associated with her connection to Lee's death. The complex web of speculation and rumor surrounding Bruce Lee's final days continues to captivate audiences audiences to this day. Ting Pei's involvement in this narrative serves as a reminder of the enduring impact of celebrity tragedies on those connected to them, highlighting the delicate balance between public fascination and personal privacy in the world of glitz and glam. Who was Bruce Lee? Bruce Lee, a renowned figure in the world of acting, directing, and martial arts prowess, left an indelible mark on the world through his iconic roles in cinematic classics such as The Chinese Connection and Enter the Dragon. Born in San Francisco on November 27, 1940, Bruce entered the world as Lee Jun-fan, the son of Lee Hoi-chuen, a distinguished Hong Kong opera singer, and Grace Ho. His father's touring schedule led to Bruce's birth in the United States, yet soon after, the family returned to Hong Kong. In his formative years, Bruce's talent for performance became apparent as he made his debut in the film industry at a mere 3 months old, serving as a stand-in for an American infant in Golden Gate Girl. Upon resettling in Hong Kong, his early acting career flourished, with him appearing in approximately 20 films during his childhood. Beyond acting, he delved into dance, even clinching victory in a cha-cha competition, and showcased his literary flair through poetry. However, Bruce's adolescence was marred by discrimination and strife, as he faced taunts from British peers for his Chinese heritage and succumbed to the allure of street gangs. It was in 1953 that Bruce found his calling, immersing himself in the study of kung fu under the guidance of Master Yip Man. By the late 1950s, seeking a new chapter, he ventured back to the United States, settling near Seattle, where he initially pursued a career as a dance instructor. Bruce's breakthrough into the limelight came with his role as Kato in the television series The Green Hornet, which aired from 1966 to 1967. His acrobatic and theatrical fighting style captivated audiences, propelling him to stardom. Subsequently, Bruce graced other television shows such as Ironside, Longstreet, and the iconic Batman series. Transitioning to the silver screen, Bruce made his mark with a notable role in the 1969 film Marlowe, written by one of his martial arts disciples, Sterling Silliphant. Among his students were luminaries such as James Coburn, Steve McQueen, and James Garner. Despite his burgeoning success, he encountered barriers in Hollywood, grappling with stereotypes and limited opportunities for Asian actors. Faced with these challenges, Bruce made a pivotal decision, relocating to Hong Kong in 1971 in pursuit of greater creative autonomy. This move heralded a new chapter in his career, marked by groundbreaking films such as The Big Boss and Fist of Fury, both of which shattered box office records and cemented Bruce's status as a cinematic legend. In his personal life, Bruce married Linda Emery in 1964, and together they welcomed 2 children, Brandon and Shannon. Following in his father's footsteps, Brandon pursued martial arts and acting, achieving success in his own right. Tragically, Brandon's promising career was cut short in 1993 when he was fatally wounded on the set of The Crow, leaving behind a legacy tinged with sorrow. Tragic death. Despite attempts to alleviate his discomfort, Lee became unresponsive in the afternoon at 2:30, prompting a frantic call to Chow at 2:33. Efforts to revive Lee failed, leaving him lifeless in Pei's apartment by 2:35. Lee's official cause of death was cerebral edema. However, Matthew Polly, the author of Lee's biography, suspects heat stroke may have been the source of the swelling that ultimately killed Lee. He had undergone surgery to remove sweat glands to keep from getting unsightly stains while on set, wanting to maintain his professional appearance. The day he died was a particularly sweltering one. Media outlets ultimately blamed an aspirin allergy for the incident. Ting Pei, his rumored mistress, insisted for years that they were just friends. However, she admitted in a 2006 interview that they had been lovers for more than a year when he died. On the day of Lee's death, Pei was watching TV while Lee went to rest on her bed. Within half an hour, she called Chow in hysterics because she couldn't get Lee to wake up. Lee died in Ting's apartment at 67 Beacon Hill Road, Kowloon Tong, Hong Kong. According to press reports, Lee was going over the script of Game of Death in Ting's apartment, a film in which she was reported to have a lead role when he complained of a headache. She gave him a single tablet of Equagesic, a strong, aspirin-based drug that she often used herself. He then went to sleep, but when she could not wake him up for a dinner appointment with Raymond Chow, Chow, a key figure in Lee's life, adjusted Bruce Lee's clothing in a dimly lit apartment, debating whether to take Lee to the hospital or back home. Ultimately, Ultimately, he opted for medical help and instructed Betty Ting Pei to discreetly inform Lee's wife, Linda, about the situation without revealing Lee's identity. When Dr. Eugene Chu arrived and found Lee unresponsive, he realized Lee had already passed, prompting him to call an ambulance while keeping details sparse to avoid public alarm. As the ambulance navigated the city to Queen Elizabeth Hospital, Raymond planned how to manage the unfolding crisis, advising Betty to maintain silence. Despite medical efforts, Lee could not be revived, and news of his death quickly spread, causing confusion and speculation among the public. Linda Lee, faced with her husband's sudden demise, stood by him one last time, finding strength in his memory for the challenges ahead. The arrival of the police at Betty's apartment signaled the start of an official inquiry, adding to the complexity of the day's tragic events and the inevitable shift in the narrative surrounding Bruce Lee's untimely death. Raymond Chow constructed a narrative to divert attention from Betty Ting Pei's apartment following Bruce Lee's death in a bid to protect Lee's legacy from damaging rumors. He guided Linda Lee to Dr. Langford for support. Together with Linda, and later joined by Andre Morgan from Golden Harvest, they crafted a narrative for the press, presenting Lee's death as a tragic accident in his garden. The coroner described his passing as death by misadventure. Betty Ting Pei faced media attention and received death threats from Lee's fans. She developed schizophrenia in the aftermath. In the midst of the tragic events, there was a need for a swift narrative change to avoid scandal from overshadowing Lee's legacy. Queen Elizabeth Hospital cited acute cerebral edema as the cause of death without delving into specifics. Their collective efforts aimed to shield Lee's family from public scrutiny and preserve his memory, concocting a story that stood for 3 days. Despite their success in temporarily quelling the media frenzy, speculation continued to swirl, hinting at the eventual unraveling. In 1976, Ting married Charles Hung, and they had a daughter, Candy Hyung, in 1977. However, they divorced in 1980, after which Ting devoted her time to Buddhist practices and helping the local Buddhist community in Hong Kong. Investigation. 3 days after Bruce Lee's death, a journalist uncovered the truth, igniting a frenzy in the tabloids. The China Star's headline, "Betty Ting Pei's fragrant chamber killed the dragon," exemplified the sensationalism that ensued. Andre Morgan, a colleague of Lee and Chow, recounted the plethora of rumors that circulated, ranging from overdose and excessive sexual activity to a violent attack and even poisoning. One persistent narrative even suggested that Bruce Lee might still be alive. This speculative storm had tangible consequences, quickly escalating into a frightening scenario. Students in Kuala Lumpur protested, brandishing placards accusing Betty of Bruce's demise. Meanwhile, in Hong Kong, rumors swirled about threats on Betty's life. The tension climaxed with a bomb scare in early August, featuring a suspicious package bearing the ominous inscription, "Betty Ting knows the cause of Bruce Lee's death." Subsequent false alarms, marked by messages like "Revenge for Bruce Lee," heightened the city's unease. The colonial government, accustomed to celebrity scandals, found itself compelled to act in the face of potential violence, initiating a full-scale inquiry into Bruce Lee's demise. However, consensus eluded the experts assembled for the investigation. Speculation initially pointed toward cannabis consumption, swiftly dismissed due to its inability to cause cerebral edema. Amidst this impasse, a specialist from London proposed an alternative theory. Bruce had succumbed to an aspirin allergy triggering anaphylactic shock. Despite the government's acceptance of this explanation, skepticism persisted among Bruce Lee's devoted followers. Bruce, a lifelong aspirin user, displayed none of the typical symptoms associated with anaphylaxis. Moreover, his autopsy revealed no signs of such an allergic reaction. Overlooked evidence from months prior revealed a near-fatal incident of heat stroke, precipitated by prolonged exposure to stifling conditions. This oversight underscored the significance of heat stroke, a common killer in hot climates, capable of inducing cerebral edema. The circumstances preceding Bruce's demise painted a picture of heat-induced distress. On the sweltering day of his death, Bruce and Raymond Chow both felt unwell. Amidst discussing upcoming film projects, Bruce's enthusiasm led him to enact scenes from Game of Death. However, his exertions left him feeling dizzy and fatigued. As he complained of a headache, Betty offered him pain relief. Unbeknownst to them, Bruce's condition rapidly deteriorated, culminating in his untimely demise before medical intervention could be sought. This tragic sequence of events underscored the lethal potential of heat stroke, exacerbated by Hong Kong's tropical climate. Complex relationship. Decades after his passing, many mysteries still shroud the death of the actor, particularly the events leading up to his final moments. Bruce Lee, despite being married to Linda Cadwell, was rumored to have been romantically involved with actress Ting Pei. The question lingers, did their relationship play a role in Lee's demise? Ting Pei encountered Bruce Lee for the first time at the now demolished Hyatt Regency Hotel when she was 25. "He was the first man I truly respected in my life, and I really admired him," she reflected. "Before him, I wasn't serious about relationships, and I knew nothing about love. He talked to me about philosophies, even though I couldn't really understand what he said. In the past, I didn't understand the meaning of mental and spiritual connection, but now I know." The actress reportedly shared companionship with Lee for over a year. On July 20th, 1973, the day of Lee's passing, he was allegedly transported from Ting Pei's residence in Kowloon to the hospital after failing to awaken from his slumber. "He died very suddenly," Ting Pei recalled. "I hope people can understand that this was an unfortunate incident that was not because of anyone. It was heaven's will, and no one wanted it to happen. I hope that there can be some justice, and people can be reasonable and respectful to Bruce and me." The trajectory of Ting Pei's life shifted significantly following Lee's demise. "I can't blame people for misunderstanding me. People thought that I was no match for Bruce, but people only looked at things on a superficial level," she expressed, as reported by the South China Morning Post. "I have overcome all these hardships, and this should be a lesson for many people. Life is something amazing, yet mysterious. People give up life too easily these days." In her later years, Ting Pei immersed herself in Buddhism, adopted a vegetarian lifestyle, and departed from the entertainment industry in pursuit of higher spiritual understanding, a path she attributed to her association with Lee. "I have peace in my heart, and I'm content with what I have," she affirmed. "I sleep well every night." However, amidst the grief of losing her friend, Ting Pei faced blame and even received death threats from Lee's devoted fans, which eventually led to her developing schizophrenia. In 2003, on the 30th anniversary of Lee's passing, Ting Pei disclosed her intentions to pen her autobiography. Despite having written over 7,000 words and receiving offers from authors across various regions, including Taiwan, Hong Kong, mainland China, and overseas, Ting Pei halted the project indefinitely, citing its complexity and the involvement of other individuals as reasons. In 2013, 40 years after Lee's death, Ting Pei admitted to their intimate relationship but refuted claims of engaging in any sexual activity with him on the day of his demise. Finally, on July 20th, 2015, marking the 42nd anniversary of Bruce Lee's death, The Best Time with Bruce Lee, a biography chronicling Ting Pei's relationship with Bruce Lee, was published by the Beijing Times Chinese press. The Enigma of Bruce Lee's death. When Bruce Lee passed away, it sent shockwaves around the globe. Speculations about the circumstances of his death ran rampant even before the official autopsy reports became available. Some speculated foul play, others a heart attack. But clarity emerged when Dr. R.R. Lysette shed light on the matter. Dr. Lysette's examination of Lee's body 3 days post-mortem revealed no signs of external trauma, such as bruises, fractures, or needle marks. However, anomalies were detected, including congestion in the lungs, intestines, and kidneys, along with swelling in the brain. These findings led Dr. Lysette to conclude that Lee's demise was due to these physiological abnormalities. Despite the medical explanation, numerous theories continue to swirl regarding Lee's untimely death, leaving fans puzzled. One theory, supported by a study in the Clinical Kidney Journal, suggests that Lee succumbed to hyponatremia, a condition exacerbated by his lifestyle choices and marijuana use. This theory posits that Lee's body struggled to regulate water levels, leading to brain swelling and eventual fatality. The aftermath of Lee's death saw the emergence of various conspiracy theories. Some suggested involvement of criminal organizations due to his history of confrontations with them. Others pointed fingers at individuals close to him, including his business partner Raymond Chow. Even ancient martial arts curses were invoked, adding layers of intrigue to the mystery. Despite ongoing speculation, the truth surrounding Lee's death remains elusive. The latest hypothesis, proposed by Spanish kidney specialists, focuses on potential kidney failure due to low sodium levels and chronic dehydration. It suggested that Lee's lifestyle, including his medication and marijuana use, may have exacerbated this condition, leading to fatal complications. However, amidst the plethora of theories, the exact cause of Lee's death remains unclear. The quest for answers continues, fueled by the desire to unravel the truth behind the demise of a legendary figure. Until concrete evidence surfaces, Bruce Lee's death will remain a subject of speculation and fascination, leaving his legacy shrouded in mystery. We hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more.